So I had this funny idea a while ago, ranking all of Disney's first openly gay characters. Because it seems like they're always announcing a first openly gay character and then giving us nothing. But now it's Pride Month and Disney is de-gayifying their most iconic queens, so now more than ever I'm looking for cheap shots I can take. A couple ground rules. Number one, the character must be established as gay within the film. I could be funny and drop like Basil and Radigan or someone in here, but no, I want to focus on Disney's genuine attempts. And like, Tessa Thompson can say Valkyrie is bi all she wants, and I believe her, but it's not in the movie, so it doesn't count. There is no way Artie from Cruella is heterosexual, but it never comes up in the film, so doesn't count. And based on this rule, I am also excluding the lesbians at the aquarium in Finding Dory. Because, like, what makes them lesbians? That's two women. They could be friends. They could be sisters. This is not a couple.
It's really amazing because it's two women pushing a stroller, which I didn't even notice. And one of them has short hair, and apparently if you have short hair, you're a lesbian.
Number two, while I am counting Marvel and Star Wars, I am not counting TV shows because A, I don't want to have to sift through all of that, and B, Losing Amity would be in first place with absolutely no competition. I've seen like 5 episodes of this show and I know that's true. I've come to bury Disney, not to praise them. In the end, this leaves me with 11 times Disney has tried their hand at a first gay character. So without further ado, the worst of the worst.
I call it last place. Ding!
I had to think long and hard about this one, but honestly, only one gay background couple even sticks out to me. The Star Wars lesbians. I honestly love it so much. During a big celebration at the end of Rise of Skywalker, 2 unnamed women embrace and kiss, and then it cuts immediately to this slug character. It's so awkward and pointless, it just makes me laugh. And I don't know, I think something this hilariously embarrassing deserves a special spot. Right at the bottom. Disney has plenty of unnamed gay background characters, but this is the one that stands out to me. The others aren't even worthy of being called the worst. Honestly, whenever someone references the Glup Shido meme, I kinda think of a character who looks exactly like this. In my mind, this is Glup Shido. Alright, here's my confession. I wrote this segment from memory, and I think I got confused because of that viral tweet that inspired the live slug reaction meme. Although, like, weird Mandela effect, like, they said that, and I'm like, no, that's right, that sounds right, that's exactly what happens in that scene. But, look at the actual footage. The slug shows up just a little bit before the lesbians. Be honest, you wouldn't know if I didn't tell you. Also, I recognize this is Star Wars, a series where every random obscure character has a name, but they don't tell us what these two are called in the movie, so as far as I'm concerned, these characters are unnamed. Do not comment to tell me what their names are. They're nobody. They're as pointless as, well, everything in Rise of Skywalker, frankly. Congrats to this beautiful last place couple.
I say, wait a minute, jump into the background of what exactly? And he says, jump into the background of this scene.
In Toy Story 4, we see 2 women with their child. Gonna be honest, this is pretty on par with the aquarium lesbians in Finding Dory. They don't speak, they don't do anything, they're just there. The only difference is, these two are at least both established as being the kids' parents. I rewatched this movie recently and wanted to keep an eye out for them, and I still somehow missed them. They are that easy to miss. What else is there to say? Literally nothing. There is nothing to say about these two. Moving on.
No one's as incredibly thick as Gaston.
Okay, initially I had LeFou higher. After all, not only is he a character with a role in the film, he's a classic Disney character. That's gotta be worth something. But upon reviewing the footage, this shouldn't count. I was under the impression he had a male dance partner throughout this final scene. Instead, there's a 2-second shot of him dancing with a man, seemingly by accident. It comes across as a joke more than anything. I mean, he spends most of the scene dancing with a woman. By my own rules, I should be excluding this. If this counts, Priya from Turning Red should also count. And she would rank way higher because she actually seems seems to resonate with real gay people. LeFou is only on the list because Disney was so insistent he was their first gay character. Like, he was the first gay character. And maybe they realized that this wasn't acceptable, and that's why they keep insisting that, no, actually, this is our first gay character. Honestly, I wonder if it's even fair ranking him above those other two background couples. At least they were obviously gay. Also, I distinctly remember homophobes being way more up in arms about this one than, like, anyone else on this list. This is what you were mad about? Homophobes are a bunch of piss pants crybabies, but you probably already knew that. Also, LeFou is not good gay representation, but you probably knew that as well.
But if we can hunt dead animals and antelopes, then there's no reason that a man and another man can't elope.
Here's two gay characters so subtle, a lot of people didn't even realize they were gay at first. Judy's neighbors, Bucky and Prongs from Zootopia. This almost shouldn't count, but if you check the end credits, they have the same last name, these two are married. So if their inclusion is that tenuous, why do they rank above the previous two? They have names and dialogue and a single character trait. They're loud. Also, these guys do probably have the claim to being Disney's true first gay characters, and you know what? Disney didn't even try milking it for woke points. You can have random gay background characters, just don't act like that's some big progressive win. Also, some gay characters in the foreground might be nice.
Biclops? Who's his girlfriend? Lois Lame?
Oh boy, a gay cop. Just what I always wanted. What, is she gonna throw bricks at herself? Honestly, I don't even think Disney should get credit for this one. Assuming the story voice actress Lena Waithe gave is accurate, the single line of dialogue that establishes this character as being gay was changed by her in the booth to say wife instead of husband. The actors literally have to overwrite the script to get gay representation past Disney. Whatever, she's a named character with a role in the story. A very small role, but a role. Also, there were quite a few other characters I think would have made for better gay representation in this. But she's got a full scene of dialogue. That's more than anyone so far has gotten. It's bad, it's undeniably bad, but it's where we're at.
I miss my husband tales.
This guy might rank lower if I didn't hate cops so much. The incredible grieving man from Avengers Endgame, an unnamed character who talks about dealing with the loss of his boyfriend after the snap. Alright, he gets a line and being gay is important to his character. In fact, it's pretty much his entire character since all he does is talk about his dead boyfriend. Okay, not dead technically, but you know. What a great first openly gay character in the MCU. If only Tony and Steve had had time to work things out. Hey, you guys remember when Deadpool 2 established two characters as a lesbian couple, and then when Disney got a hold of the Deadpool movies, it is never mentioned once that they are a couple, and in fact, I'm pretty sure one of them doesn't even get a single line of dialogue in the entire film. Disney gets handed a gay character, and they just instinctively make her a background character with no dialogue. Good work, guys.
I don't like them putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' water gay.
Is Wade's sister a fleeting background character with no real role in the film? Yes. But she is at least someone the main character knows and cares about, and more importantly, Disney didn't have a huge PR campaign patting themselves on the back for this one. I was genuinely surprised when Wade introduced his sister and her girlfriend. This was not something shoved in my face ahead of the film the way the gay cop was. And again, I am perfectly okay with them shoving in random gay background characters as long as they don't pretend it's some big progressive win. Also, Google is telling me this character is non-binary. That doesn't come across in the film at all, but sure, why not? Maybe that's why corporate Disney decided to not even mention this one. I'm also gonna give Elemental a little credit because I was very sure this couple at the beginning was also a lesbian couple, and then all of the fire couples just kinda looked like that. So yeah, there's a lot of background lesbians in this one, actually. Props all around. I can't rank this any higher because, like, it's fucking crumbs, but out of all of the pointless background gays, this is the most respectable.
'Cause I'm paying the rent and I'm swallowing
Funny enough, McGregor from Jungle Cruise was sort of the impetus for this video. At the time I thought, man, this spoiled prissy twink with one scene acknowledging he's gay will surely be near the bottom. I must have forgotten how bad Disney's representation is. He is a main character, even if he's just shitty comic relief. He literally does the Princess Vespa bit of insisting on taking all his useless luggage.
Did I miss something? When did we get to Disneyland?
And even though he only gets to mention being gay in one scene, it does actually tie into his motivation. You kinda wonder why someone this frail and cowardly would want to go on this adventure in the first place. Clearly this is more his sister's thing. But then he explains that she was the only one who stuck up for him when it came out he was gay, and now he feels an obligation to stand by her. It's kinda nice. Except, doesn't it feel kinda especially egregious to go, Emily Blunt was right for sticking up for him in a time and place where being gay wasn't acceptable, when Disney themselves aren't willing to extend him that same courtesy when releasing this film in countries where gay movie characters are banned? Disney really are the masters of the cell phone. Anyways, McGregor sucks, but he's leagues better than most of these guys. Man, I didn't think Lightyear would ever rank this high on a list, unless it was one of my old top 10 most pointless movies of the year lists. Yeah, if I'd kept doing those, this almost certainly would have topped the 2022 list. The only thing that would have saved it from number 1 is that there was a Minions movie that year. Anyways, Alisha Hawthorne, a character with a first and last name, and a pretty decent role in the film. I mean, she does die in the first 30 minutes, so that's losing her points. But she lived a long, happy life with her named spouse, Kiko, and is otherwise a mildly important secondary character. Now, look, she's still a secondary character, and her gayness is glossed over enough that they definitely cut it out for foreign markets. I am not giving Disney a win on this one. That said, if they had come out the gate with this, I think it would have been fine. Like, if this truly was Disney's first gay character, I would not be this harsh on it. But instead, they spent 5 years patting themselves on the back for nameless extras, so no. Oh, and what's this? A headline? Disney leadership reportedly put a large part of the failure of Lightyear down to the same-sex kiss? I'm sorry, you think the shitty-ass, dark, gritty Buzz Lightyear spinoff no one wanted that looked like complete ass and had the most overly complicated plot I've ever seen from a Disney movie failed because of a gay kiss? How fucking stupid are you people? I can't fucking stand it! Also, the official Matt Presents position is that the film Lightyear does not exist, and thus there's no way it could have featured good gay representation. You can't have good gay representation and not exist. You're not Goncharov. My bad, everyone. This character and the movie she's from aren't real. I'm sorry for wasting your time, as I'm sure Disney is sorry for wasting mine.
That's a cute outfit. Did your husband give it to you?
It's all fun and games until you have to watch the Eternals for a joke video. Alright, let's be honest, I skimmed the Eternals. There's a lot of negative things I could say about Phastos. He doesn't get a line until 24 minutes into the film. Granted, that's not that long in the grand scheme of this unbearably long movie. It's called The Eternals because it goes on forever. On top of that, they spend half the movie on this getting the band back together shit, and they don't get to Phastos until literally exactly the midpoint of the movie. 2 of the Eternals are dead before we get to see this man be gay. And those guys are immortals, so that should give you a rough time frame of how long it takes us to get here. Also, the MCU's first gay superhero, and he's part of an ensemble. Not even one of the main guys in the ensemble, just a guy in the ensemble. And yeah, his husband disappears for most of the movie. Oh, and let's not forget, he's in The Eternals, a movie that, you know, sucks. But gee whiz, man, he's a major character with a named same-sex love interest and a child, both of whom appear more than once in the movie. And he gets a good long kiss. That's not nothing. Although something feels off about this. Let me just... Good. Oh yeah, that's what this was missing. Look, can I still call Disney out for barely trying? Sure. But honestly, if this is what they'd started with, this list would not exist. Too little too late? Yeah, kinda, but in a sea of nameless background gays, Phastos is at least a character. Too bad there's no chance of an Eternals 2, we won't be seeing him again till the big crowd shot in Avengers Secret War.
Finally!
That's what we've been waiting for!
Yo, did Disney just make some acceptable gay representation? It's not great, it's barely good, but my god, it's a main character who gets to discuss their sexuality in multiple scenes instead of just one. He even has a male love interest. And I mean, this romance is nothing, we get zero time with his crush, but I don't know, the Disney catalog is full of bland hetero romances. Throw some bland gay romances in there every now and then. This is the type of casual representation people have been wanting from Disney. Only took them multiple tries. Could they do better? Absolutely. But if even half the list were as good as this, I wouldn't be bitching. More of this, please, Disney. Oh, what's that? They barely marketed this film, so barely anyone saw it. Shame, I think this is one of their better recent films, and I'm not even really a Disney guy. I mean, it's no Encanto, but still. Ah, shit, Mirabelle has a bi pride pin, doesn't she? Fuck! Damn it! I'm gonna have to redo the whole video. Mirabelle is number 1 now. Everyone else gets knocked down a peg. Fuck!
We're three caballeros, three gay caballeros. They say we are birds of a feather. We're happy amigos, no matter where he goes. The 1, 2, and 3 goes, we're always together.